Hey everybody, I'm back. This is part 6, I believe. Yeah. Um, Probably the last video and this set of questions. Because I'm sure I may get more questions after everybody's watched all 6 parts. But that's fine. And let's see. I think I left off yesterday. When my battery died, I was talking about how I thrived on retail therapy and how we built the house, and it was just perfect. Um, Big house. Oh, it was over 4,000 square feet on a corner lot, 3-car garage. Um, just everything we could want. I designed the house specifically for us. We had 4 bathrooms, 6 bedrooms. It was just huge, and we enjoyed it. But like I said, I kind of drowned myself in retail therapy because things were just not really where they should have been, and it had been like that for years, and I just kept trying to push on because of the kids. Um, and I knew what would come of a divorce. So yeah, but the kids were happy. Not to say they're not happy now, but they were very happy being able to see their friends more because we didn't live in that neighborhood, and they went to school there, and they had all kind of come up in that school since kindergarten. So that was the main thing to keep them in that school. Was very personal environment. The teachers were our neighbors. Their kids came to our kids' birthday parties and such. So we wanted that kind of community feel, and that's what we did. It was pretty much empty. Um, well, it was empty. I was the first buyer in that section of the neighborhood, so I picked the cream of the crop as far as lots go. And let's see, after that, I said things just started to decline, and I realized I had more stuff than I needed. Like I said, I could go into the mall and buy anything, and it was kind of like a rush at first, but I realized I was filling a void. A person could only have so many pairs of jeans. When I say jeans, because I have about 50 pairs, and I'm not talking, $20, $30. Some of them 50, 60, $100 to be honest. So yeah, we were just pretty much, you know, Dad was trying to keep everybody happy, so it was pretty much whatever we wanted, we could go buy. And of course, the kids were happy because they were pretty much spoiled. Which, looking back, I really don't think that it helped at all. I mean, we wanted to show them that we started from the bottom and built up, and it's hard work to accomplish things and be able to live a certain way and afford certain things. Um, but it got to the point where they expected things. Um, they became destructive. They would break things, and their dad would just go and replace it real quick. And I'm talking like computers, video games, GameCube, Wii, whatever. Um, they would just replace them. It may have taken maybe a couple of weeks, but they didn't care. You know, they had pretty much what they wanted. And now I'm seeing some of that behavior come out. You know, they're still kind of expecting what they want when they want, and especially with their dad not being here when they do see him, it's like, well, he's going to get us what we want, and you know, that's it. Not to say that I don't do for them. I do, still do for them, but it's not in excess. It's exactly what they need, and that goes back to the way I'm raising them now versus then. It was a little over the top, so I had to mellow things out before they went south. So we kind of scaled back a lot and did things a lot differently, and it gave everybody more time, especially with no TV, to really think about life and the choices that we're making. And they're getting older, so they had to come to a point and realize, okay, I'm not going to always be there. They're going to be leaving the house soon, and they need to get some real life skill and responsibility knowledge before they set out, especially since they're all planning to go out of state to college. Well, at least one of them is going to stay. But yeah, me, I just I came to a point where I realized that yes, the kids are getting older, and I wanted to be happy. I wanted to be mentally in the right place, and I wasn't with everything that had gone on in the past. Losing my mom, and you know, just not having things, the support of a husband being right there every day. It really took a toll after some years. So I said I can continue this for the next 10 years, and you know, I knew it would still be really the same thing. I'm living in the mall or, you know, wherever, vacations or whatnot. But that's not what I wanted my life to be about, because that's not what I set myself up for. And I said I have to start living more for myself. I had done so much for the kids, not that I was stopping, but there was going to be a point when they were all going to be gone. And I couldn't just sit there and keep saying, okay, I'm just going to get up and go to the mall today because I don't have anything else to do. So, you know, we kind of talked about it. We had gone through counseling and things like that, you know, for a while. And things just really weren't getting better. So we just kind of called it quits and said, hey, it's been 15 years of learning. That was my first marriage. That was his second. So I kind of figured he had more experience than I did. He was older. And I didn't really take it as a negative thing. You know, we did accomplish a lot together because we thought alike. So, you know, I grew up and just evolved, really. And things kind of, you know, of course they were rough at first because I had to go back to work just to support myself. You know, I didn't want to become dependent on him. I needed to break away from that. You know, the kids were taken care of. I kind of say I was a waiting to excel case. Bernadine walked out with, you know, well over what she expected. I did too. You know, the child support, the alimony, you know, everything. The one thing I did let go was the house. It was just, it was to the point where it was, I don't know, it just seemed like it was too much turmoil. I mean, I was happy, but, you know, the memories and things like that, and it was a hard decision, but I kind of said, okay, I have to pick up and, you know, make a decision. And He had already started the foreclosure process that I didn't know about. So by the time I heard about it, it was a matter of 6 weeks that I had to do something, and I was not. We had just had an emergency. My daughter had an accident at school, and it was around Thanksgiving, right before Thanksgiving, a couple days. Um, a child fell on her and broke her femur in 3 places. So here I am. I was working pretty much 120 hours a week at some points, and I had to stop and I had to take care of her. She couldn't walk for months. She was in a wheelchair. She was on crutches, and that, you know, working, I had to cut back my hours. So there was no way I can come up with, you know, the X amount that they wanted right then on that house. And of course I could have borrowed the money and things like that, but I just said, you know what, this is a sign, you know, it's a true sign. And the other thing was, her room was upstairs. She couldn't even walk upstairs. And we didn't know, you know, how far into rehab she was going to have to go, if she was going to be able to walk again. And she was sad. She was getting depressed. And I just said, I can't do this to her. You know, she loves this house, but if she can't even go to her room, you know, that's bad. So I said, hey, we're just going to, you know, move on, and we'll start over. So eventually she is walking again. It took months and months and months and months of rehab and therapy to get her walking again. So let's see, where did I think the last question I received was, am I involved in my with my children's father, or am I married? I did get remarried to younger kid's father. So yes, and he also has children as well. Of course, my children are his youngest children, and yeah, we just. I'm not gonna say it's been easy. The blended family thing is really tough. I'm not gonna say just the girls, because my son had a really tough time, and I think it had to do with the age and how everything kind of played out. They are just not really accepting of us. I mean, they respect us to a point, but it's always a comparison. Well, my dad did this, and you're not my dad, and XYZ. So as far as you know, trying to, and we've gone through therapy. We're still in therapy with them, but I'm not really trying to force a relationship among them, because that's not going to help anybody. It's going to make them run away from me more, and they need to, that's not something we want. That yes, they have to accept my choice and my decision, because their dad has also moved on, and the only thing is, he does not have any more children, and had he decided to have any more, they would have a whole different attitude. They tend to take everything out on me. Everything that happened was my fault. So that's where I'm at with them right now. It's a constant battle. And yes, that is still mentally taxing, because I'm dealing with several different personalities and issues among them. They each have their own individual issues, and I have to tackle all of that, and it's all on me. So sometimes, like I said, prayer is the only way I know how to keep my sanity, because I can talk to people about it, but nobody can really understand even our personal friends, just they try to talk to the kids and see where they're at, things like that. And to a degree, it helps them realize, um, you know, hey, we need to get it in gear and things like that because they have friends that were in the same situation. And, mom's moved on and they have other siblings and things like that. And like I said, the kids were just pretty much, they were spoiled. So they feel, that entitlement issue. And I don't play that. You're not going to disrespect me in my house. Um, it's just not going to happen. You're not an adult. And even if you were, you need to realize that I'm the mom and I'm always going to be the mom regardless to where you go. And that's just how it is. And while I'm here, you know, you may resent me or you may not agree with what I'm saying or what I'm doing. But when that day comes and I'm not here anymore, you'll really feel what I feel because I don't have my mother anymore. And that's not I really wish she was still here, especially today. So she did the best she could with me, and she one of her last conversations with me was I was doing awesome. She admired me because she couldn't see where I got my strength, but I got my strength from her. I had more kids than she did, but um, it didn't change it. I just looked at her, looked at my grandmother. My grandmother raised 10 kids by herself, and everybody was fine. And my aunt, my great aunt, like I said, the one with the twins, she had 9 kids with the 2 sets of twins. One was girl, boy, and one was boy, boy. So, we tend to, we just tend to make it in our family. And, I teach kids to, they have to live and learn. So the attitude deal, of course their kids are going to be kids, but I don't do disrespect. There's a fine line between what they can and cannot do and what they can and cannot say, and how I react to them. Um, they have, they do have privileges. They get privileges taken away and things like that if we have, major issues. Or sometimes I have to actually get on the phone and call their dad and say, hey, what's going on? I know they've been talking to you. Maybe we need to talk about some things and try to get them on the right track. And he pretty much tries to keep them in line and let them know, look, that's your mom. You need to respect her. She's not me. You can do this with me and can't do this with her, and, vice versa. So, it's been quite an experience, but I'm in a different place than I was before, and I don't think before I would have ever, I wouldn't say have the courage, but I probably wouldn't have ever gotten the guts, but not really the guts, but I may not have been as open as I am right now talking to you guys. There's only a select few people that I really could, just sit down and open up to. But my thought process in doing this video, knowing what it may have entailed, the questions and things like that, not trying to dance around questions and avoid questions, was to reach out to somebody that may be in a similar situation. Because people tend not to want to open up, but they may need somebody to open up to. They may need the help. They may be going through a similar situation or may have gone through one and still not know that somebody's been there and they rose above it. And it can happen. You know, even if you are raising your kids by yourself, it can still happen. Like I said, the majority of everything I do is still by myself, financially as well, because, like I said, there are stepchildren involved, and they have to be taken care of as well. So um, the kids are, my kids are blessed, I would say, because they have the support of not one parent but three. So, you know, everybody has their needs met. Um, we're not lacking anything. Let them tell it they are. But yeah, things, you know, things have definitely changed for the better, and everybody is going to look back, you know, in the years to come and see, you know, yeah, you know, we did this and this happened, and you know, things like that. But look at what has become of us now. I have, I would say, very high expectation for my kids, because I know that they're and they told me themselves that what they see now and in the past is what they're going to go above, and that's what I wanted to make them realize. I'm successful, their dad was successful, but I want you to go above us. That's one requirement that I have. You have to go above us. And you know, I did the same thing with my parents. Not to say my parents were bad or anything, but I rose above. Um, my mom was not, or my dad. They didn't go to college. My mom went later on in life, but she didn't start until after I went. So I was the first one. So I expect all my kids to go, and not just go into, you know, a junior college. I want them to go somewhere big, you know, so that they can really get a feel for what they're doing. Um, and I, you know, I went to university. I didn't go to junior college. That was just me. I just, you know, I thought big, even though the odds were kind of against me, but I did it. Um, and so, like I said, that was the same thing with the kids. The other kid's father, he had, you know, several challenges in his youth, and he rose above them. Um, so I just, like I said, I hope that I could reach somebody, um, you know, in a similar situation, and they can, you know, they can gain some insight from this, and just know that there is support and help out there for you if you really want it. Um, just reach out to people. You know, don't be afraid to let them know, you know, what's going on. And if you guys, you know, are just uh, mainly my support, you know, I appreciate that too. Um, I would hope that, you know, you all had advice for me if I, you know, if I came on and suddenly said, hey, you know, so-and-so is doing this, you know, just because I have this many kids does not mean I'm a expert. You know, there are some things that, you know, these kids do these days are just new to me. I'm very old school. At the same time, I'm going with the kids. But, you know, there's a lot of things that I'm not really aware of, too. You know, and that's mainly because of media and things like that. And, you know, I try to keep myself educated as possible, but, you know, sometimes that's just not possible. Um, and, yeah, you guys would be able to say, hey, yeah, you know, try this or try this, and, you know, maybe this will help, and things like that. So, if you guys enjoyed this little set of videos with Q&A, just let me know. Give me a thumbs up on the videos. I really want you guys' honest comments. You know, was it what you expected? Um, was there anything you felt that I didn't really touch on enough? I don't know, just whatever you think that could have been done differently or you want to see more of. I know somebody also suggested that this be a tag video. So my response was, I don't think people would be as open and candid, but then again, I don't know. Hopefully this was an icebreaker, and I challenge you all to do this video. So if you guys get this video going as a tag, I surely would like to join in, and I'll shoot you some questions and things like that. If you would like me to, if you have questions for the kids, like I said, I won't be able to actually interview them on camera, but I can ask them the questions and just give you the answers. As far as who said what, I can do that, and you can just kind of get a feel for who they are that way. Like I said, they would never get on camera and do a video. They don't even want to be seen. You will more likely to see a picture on Facebook than them on YouTube. Let's see, something I'm forgetting. Oh yeah, ages of the kids and names. Okay, I have. See if I can do this in one breath. Kelly, Jasmine, Jordan, Justice, Javen with a V, Layla, Tariq, and Aaliyah. Starting at the top again, 18, 16, 15, 13, 11, 2, 2, and 1. And you guys know the baby will be born sometime this fall. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.